Okay, sorry, Prabhu. Can you start again?
Sure, Mataji. Understanding of Gita. Bhagavad Gita is best understood by a person who has qualities similar to Arjuna's. That is to say, he must be a devotee in a direct relationship with the Lord. As soon as one becomes a devotee of the Lord, he also has a direct relationship with the Lord. That is a very elaborate subject matter, but briefly it can be stated that a devotee is in a relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead in one of the five different ways. One may be a devotee in a passive state. Two, one may be a devotee in an active state. Three, one may be a devotee as a friend. Four, one may be a devotee as a parent. Five, one may be a devotee as a conjugal lover.
Thank you, Prabhu. So we can choose which way we want to be Krishna's devotee, or how do we want to worship or love him. Okay, so we have so much of options to choose from. Okay, of course, that is always the best and easy one also, because not everybody in the same level. Okay, not everybody has the same qualification. Okay, so let's see one by one. Yeah. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right. This person that who's trying to understand Krishna, okay, or trying to understand Bhagavad Gita, should have a direct relationship with Krishna, just like how Arjuna has direct relationship. Not only Arjuna, there are so many other devotees, okay. So this devotee must have a direct relationship. Direct relationship, how to develop this? So these are the 5 ways. Okay, this is from the introduction of Bhagavad Gita. Introduction of Bhagavad Gita is the front on the in a few pages of this our Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so this is an extract from that. Okay, so Prabhupada here, this few pages of introduction is written by Prabhupada. Prabhupada explains how Arjuna is a friend of Krishna and how he is on one of the relation. He is following one of the relationship with Krishna. Okay, so there are other types of relationship with Krishna. Arjuna's basis is friendship. Okay, so everybody will have one particular relationship with Krishna. Okay, and when we are totally purified, right, in this material world, you relinquish all your material desires and we go back to Krishna Loka, then we will know what is our actual relationship with Krishna. Okay, so until then, we can love Krishna in any of these ways. Okay, so let's go one by one. Yeah, actually, this topic is very deep and it's very big. We can go on talking about this for hours, but right now I just want to give you a glimpse of it. Okay, so these are called 5 rasas. Rasas means taste. So when this rasa you apply in your devotion, okay, there will be a loving exchange between Krishna and us. Okay, let's go one by one. Yeah, not so detailed. Yeah, so just try to remember, or you can write down. Okay, so passive means santa rasa. Okay, this passive state is actually based on appreciation or in the mode of reverence, awe and reverence. Usually this comes when we view Krishna as an opulent person, powerful person, supreme controller, the godly position. So all the opulence will come here and we will appreciate him based on these qualities of Krishna, awe and reverence. So you understand what is awe and reverence, right? Wow, he's somebody's great and I bow down to him. This is awe and reverence. Okay, next is devotee in an active state. So person in awe and reverence, they will probably just worship and glorify the Lord based on the extraordinary qualities that the Lord possesses. Okay, now the next step is when a devotee is in active state. After he realizes the greatness of God, he will try to serve God with his senses. That is called active state. So you are expressing your love, your awe and reverence whatsoever in a practical mode. So this is reverence plus active service. Okay, later I will give you the Sanskrit verses, Sanskrit terms for it. If a devotee, he has reverence, he is also serving Krishna, but in a quite an informal manner, he is called a friend. Reverence plus service, but informal. Okay, so you can see how it advances, right? One may be a devotee as a parent. So you have a sense of responsibility towards Krishna. Oh, today my Krishna deity did not eat. Oh, my child, my baby Krishna on the altar did not have food. Oh, I did not cook for him. Oh, I have to rush back home. I have to cook for him. So you treat your Krishna as a child. Okay, right? So here, this example here, we have a lot of devotees have this when they do not have the other relationship. Devotee in active state, servants, okay? Like Lord Hanuman, or we also serving Krishna here and there, right? Friend, all the gopas, the sakas, like Arjuna, and then the cowherd boyfriends. Okay, these are all as a friend. Parent means Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj. Okay, so these are parental love. Finally, very they call it very high, the highest level is to love Krishna as a conjugal level. So this is called transcendental mellow, and only Radharani or gopis fit in this segment. Okay, so this is called Santa Rasa, Dasya Rasa, Sakya Rasa, Sakya, Saka or Saki, girlfriend or boyfriend. Vatsalya, parental. Madhurya. Okay. Okay. So some example here I already mentioned. And active state servant like Lord Hanuman. All right. What else? Friend Arjuna, of course. The friends of Krishna and Balarama, you know what they'll do? They'll fight with each other. They play games. So they don't, they put their legs on each other. So it's very informal. Okay. And then what else? Parents. Okay. So they provide their care and attention to Krishna. Okay. And then conjugal level, gopis and Radharani. Okay. So before we move on, we have to recap chapter 1 because it's been 2 weeks already. Do you all remember what was the topic about? What did we cover? Do you all have your PDF with you or your notes from the previous class? Before 8 o'clock, we must finish this recap. So if you could respond quick, then we can move fast. What did we learn? Okay, I'm going to open this. 5 topics of Bhagavad Gita. Who can tell me? Okay, very good. Observing the armies in the battle of Kurukshetra, the geographical setting, the physical setting, the emotional setting. Okay, so we learned in the introduction, we learned 5 topics of Bhagavad Gita. If somebody come and ask you, hey, you have done 18 days of Bhagavad Gita, yeah, under the ISKCON. So what is this Bhagavad Gita about? Boom, you have a question there and you have to tell them what did you learn? Yes, God, soul, time, karma, material nature. Very good. Anybody else? Ishvara, Kala, Jiva, Prakriti, Karma. Okay, very good. So I hope the rest of you all know, right? Okay, so please write it down. Okay, so you need to know what you have learned in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, next, we learned something about personality. Which personality we studied? We picked the first verse of Bhagavad Gita, and then we dive into certain words, some terms. Dhritarashtra or Dasaratha? Who are these 2 people? Are they same or different? Dhritarashtra, Dhritarashtra, no. Okay, a little bit, the S a bit misplaced. Dhritarashtra. Okay. So what is it about him? What is it about him? The blind king. So in how many aspects he is blind? So we learned about the blind king. Yes, blind Dhritarashtra. Can anybody tell me why he's blind? Just 1 or 2 examples will do. Yes, correct. Physically and spiritually blind. His biasness. Okay. All right, very good. Okay, that's sufficient, I think. And then we learn about the location. So we learned about the person who spoke the first verse. And then we learned about the location, Kurukshetra. Okay, so what is it about Kurukshetra? Some information that you can recall. Very good. Lord Parasurama, no, actually, Lord Parasurama killed kings, evil kings 14 times. Somebody else performed great sacrifices. Who is that? And that is why that place got that name. And also you can touch on somebody granted the boon that whoever dies on the field, where do they go? So I have posted some questions. So if you can answer, that will be some information. Okay, the King Kuru. King Kuru performed great sacrifices. All right. So who gave the boon to King Kuru? Lord Indra gave the boon that whoever perish on this field fighting war, they will attain the heavenly planets. Okay. Location done. The first person spoke Bhagavad Gita verse done. The first verse. Next. Do you all remember what we saw? What else in chapter 1? What's all those? Conch shell, flag, chariot. What are all those? Symptoms? Signs. Signs of victory. 9 signs of victory. Can anybody tell me? Random also fine. Let's see whether you get 9, all 9. Apa tu 9, all 9. Lord Hanuman on the flag. Okay. Presence of Krishna. Okay, is goddess of fortune. Madhava was there. Conch shell shattering the hearts of the Kurus. Okay, when they were blown. Kurukshetra itself. Very good. Okay, Krishna is a charioteer. Okay, mentioned already. So we have 4 now. Dasarath. What about Dasarath? What else? How about the chariot? Who presented the chariot? And what is the significance of the chariot? Chariot by Agni Dev. Very good. Goddess of fortune together. Okay. Indra. Who has the list from last week? I think we need 4 more, right? Wherever there is Krishna, there is victory and opulence. Okay. Come. Open up your document. What else? Balance. Okay, why it says 9 signs of victory? Yeah, that's why I'm thinking maybe the slide is not correct. 5, yeah, okay. Just hang on. Let me just reconfirm that. Yeah, it's actually 5 signs. So first, Kurukshetra, all right? And then next is presence of Krishna as the husband of goddess of fortune. And then Hanuman on the flag, conch shell, and Agni Dev's chariot. Yes, it's actually 5. Okay, I should amend that. Okay, next. Next, we have the symptoms. Okay, so do we need to go through the symptoms? You want to just say it out? Okay, I think we will skip the symptom because what is important for our topic is this one. For today's topic is this. SESD is important. So can we have all the 5, please? It'd be good if one person can tell everything. Or if you're telling one, I would like to have it in full. Yes, lack of enjoyment. No enjoyment. Okay, that is E. Compassion for friends and relatives. Okay, next we are done with compassion. No enjoyment. So today Krishna will counter 2 of these reasons: compassion and no enjoyment. Okay, what is the third one? S. Fear of sinful reaction. Okay, next. D. Destruction of family tradition because male in the family is no more. Very good. Thank you, Mataji. Last one. This Arjuna will tell in chapter 2. Indecision, to fight or not to fight. Okay, very good. Thank you, everyone. Okay. So with that, we are entering chapter 2, part 1. Okay. So if you can notice, until now, Krishna has not spoken yet. Okay. He only spoke once. He only spoken once in chapter 1 when Arjuna asked him to bring him to the middle of the field. Krishna will say, behold Partha. Okay, behold Partha means take a look. Who are you going to fight with? Okay, so this, yes, somebody's mic is on. Okay, so this chapter, there's another name for it. What is the name of this chapter? Because we are going to go through the analytical study of the material body and the spirit soul. So this field of knowledge is called
Sankhya Yoga.
Yes, thank you, Prabhu. Very good. Okay, Prabhu, thank you. So this is a knowledge for those who identify, who has attachment towards the body, okay, or the fruitive results. You do action, you have result, that is fruitive activity. So you have attachment for that. Okay, so those who want to break free from this Sankhya Yoga is for them. Okay, so let's move on. So we're going to do some overview here. We see that Arjuna is facing some, he's having some doubts. He's giving reasons not to fight. He has confusion. Finally, he will surrender. So this is what we will cover in the first 10 slokas. Of course, we will not cover all the 10 slokas. I'm giving you a general breakdown of what is in chapter 2. Okay, so I did not give things like this in level 1, I think. Okay, then Krishna will start speaking. Krishna will give jnana. He will give jnana. This is the contents of Gita summarized, right? So everything Krishna will cramp here first. Chapter 2 and chapter 3, Krishna is going to give a condensed version. And then only the conversation will develop where Arjuna will ask more clarification, more questions, and Krishna will address them. So first, Krishna will talk about some jnana. He'll give you some knowledge, and then eventually he will say, fight. Okay. And then he will talk about karma kanda. Okay, karma kanda, who's my student? Kaya Mataji, you're here. I need you. Do you remember? We just did this on Friday. What is karma kanda, Mataji?
Can't recall, Mataji.
Kanda, what is kanda? What we learned the other day, karma kanda, upasana kanda, and jnana kanda, right? From the Vedas. Knowledge of the Vedas. So do you remember what is kanda?
No.
Activities, right? There are 3 kinds of activities. So yeah, do you remember that one? Karma kanda, what is karma kanda?
And not in detail, Mataji. I didn't remember.
Okay, no problem, Mataji. Thank you. Okay, karma kanda is different from karma yoga. Karma kanda is information that you can get from Vedas to perform certain activities to enjoy the material world. This is karma kanda, means you're enjoying the fruits. If you're doing an activity but you're not enjoying the fruits, you're detached from the fruits, that is called karma yoga. This is the difference. Okay, so this one we did in level 3, week 24, like towards the end of level 3 already. But however, Krishna already mentioned this in chapter 2, so you have a glimpse of what is karma kanda. Okay, and then he will say, even if you follow karma kanda, you are still recommended to fight. Next. Then in part 2, Krishna will enter Buddhi Yoga, fight. And then finally, you will get Samadhi, still you fight. So in any ways, Arjuna cannot escape his duty, which is fighting. Okay, so we will move on. I want to show you the differences between our level 1 and level 2. You can see level 1, we covered very few verses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 verses. Okay, in level 2, we have more, 3, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, or more. So some were repetition, recaps, so we will rush through. Okay, the others we will dive deeper. So the first section, as I mentioned earlier, right? Okay, this is repetitive. I want to show you what are the extra verses that we're going to cover today. Okay, is anybody ready to read 2.2? I did not assign the names because usually when I assign, some people cannot make it, then I have to revamp the list again. So today I want to see who can volunteer quickly, and then we can move fast.
I will read, Mataji.
Okay,
The
okay.
Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the value of life. They lead not to higher planets, but to infamy."
All right, thank you, Mataji. So we all remember how Arjuna in chapter 1 was feeling distressed, okay, and then he didn't know what to do, okay. And then finally, what did he put down? What was the final thing that he demonstrated that he's not going to fight? What was the final thing? Yeah, he put his bow down. So what is so great about putting the bow down? Why this is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita? Why Sanjaya described that way? Something got to do with the vow that he took, right? What was it? Did he actually breach that vow? Do you remember? What is the significance of this vow here? Why he put this Gandiva bow down? Because he took a vow that, yes, right, he must not put down the bow before fighting, without fighting, but he did it. And then with eyes full of tears, okay? All right, so he was speaking, as he was speaking, Krishna, yes, symbol of fighting, yeah. Okay, you should rather die fighting, but not putting the bow down. Okay, so Krishna is, now he's describing what is Arjuna's looking like now. Okay, he has been influenced by these impurities. He was like wondering, what happened to you, Arjuna? Why are you like overwhelmed with all these impurities? Okay, you are talking like a learned man with all your sasdi reasons, but it's really not befitting a person like you. Okay, you think you're speaking like a learned man, but you are not. All right, and then a person who knows the value of life will not speak like this, because he will not go to higher planets but to infamy. Okay, so this is how our Krishna is actually chastising Arjuna. All right, so why we might think that, oh, Arjuna is so compassionate, he's a Satriya, he can kill, he's given permission by Supreme God himself to fight, but Arjuna is feeling so compassionate towards his friends and relatives. Okay, so generally people might think like that. All right, and although this the sentiment compassion is seen as noble, but if you apply it wrongly, then it's not worth it. Okay, it has to be applied accordingly. Even if you take the anger issue, right? So generally we think anger is bad, but if you use anger in the right way, then there is meaning to it. So when do you apply anger? When you want to defend yourself, when you want to defend your family. All right, so you have to have the anger to put up a fight. Yes or no? You cannot put up a fight without the anger. So the anger should be intelligently utilized, like how the Ravana's armies troubled Hanuman, and Hanuman burned the Lanka city. Okay, so like that, and he used that anger in the service of the Lord. So this is how it, even though a character can be good, but it has to be applied correctly. So even though the character may be seem bad, but if it is applied correctly, then it is okay. Okay, so now we move on to the last reason that Arjuna is giving Krishna, that he doesn't want to fight. Or it's not like he doesn't want to fight, he cannot decide what to do. Okay, Forgetfulness of God, yes, the knowledge, because if he has the knowledge of God, he will have the knowledge of soul. If he has the knowledge of soul, then he will know that he's not killing the body. I mean, he is not killing the soul, but he is just destroying the body. Yeah, so this is ignorant. Okay, indecision. Who can read for us? Ganesha Prabhu, are you there?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Okay, Prabhu.
Arjuna said, nor do we know which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them. If we killed the sons of Dishratha, we should not care to live. Yet they are now standing before us on the battlefield.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Prabhu. So here, Arjuna is expressing his indecisiveness. Now, Arjuna had reasons for not fighting. So now he's giving another reason. I don't know now. I should be conquered or I should conquer them. Okay, so this is a dilemma. He's in a junction. He couldn't decide what to do. However bad the situation is right now for Arjuna, there is one silver lining, that he has Krishna next to him. Okay, all right. So what is the application? Let's see what is the application. Okay, Arjuna's condition illustrates the result of selfish consciousness. So why is it seem like selfish? Because he doesn't want to incur sinful reactions, thinking that that is what he's going to get when he kills the evil people. Okay, but they are causing a lot of disturbances, right? Frustration and inability to reach sound conclusions. So at this point of time, he is not able to achieve a sound conclusion. So a lot of time we also find ourselves in this situation. Okay, we try to reason things. Oh, I should have done this. I should not do this. You know, I will put people in a very difficult situation because of me. That person will be reprimanded. I don't want to do it. He has his family. I think I've told you some stories before, right? What happens to a person where this person tries to protect because he knows clearly the fraud is going on, but he doesn't want to. He's an auditor, but he doesn't want to, you know, do the whistleblowing or raise finding on this person or pick up that fraud activity. Finally, what happened when somebody else picked up the fraud? The person who committed the fraud also suspended, and the person who allowed it, the auditor, was also asked to leave the organization. So at this point of time, when you are in this kind of situation, do the right thing. Okay, so it is good for that person to be, you know, to be highlighted what has he been doing. So probably if it's not too late, probably he could just return the money or things like that, right? If in banks, if that happens, then this person cannot be hired by any other banks. Okay, so that will be that serious. Okay, so that similarly, Arjuna is in a situation here, he cannot make a decision because he's so attached. What will happen to the family, right? Okay, so these are the 5 reasons, okay, Arjuna's reasons for not fighting. So look at this, yeah. Compassion for friends and relatives, no enjoyment even if victorious, don't know who to celebrate with, okay. Fear or sinful reactions because he thinks destroying body is sinful. Okay, destruction of family tradition, like Mataji said, because the loss of the male leaders in the house, and indecision. He's not able to come to conclusion. Okay, so that is one reason also. Okay, so today we will see 4 reasons. Okay, 4 reasons, and Krishna will counter 2. Okay, remember today we're going to see 4 reasons. Krishna will counter 2. All right, this is the lamentation of Arjuna, and we could be in this situation also in some point of life. And how do we surrender? Okay, somebody please read for us.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Okay.
Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me.
Okay. Okay, so at this moment, Arjuna is clearly perplexed, but he is eager for enlightenment. Okay, please instruct me what to do. So Arjuna recites this verse. Now you see, when he's confused, he didn't know what to do. Obviously, he has come to the battle of Kurukshetra to fight. Okay, but along the way, he understood his problem, that he has lost his composure. Okay, he is not feeling composed anymore because of the distractions of people standing in front of him, that he has to kill them. And why is he feeling that way? Because he knows he has this miserly weakness. What is this? Is identification with the body, the bodily attachment. Okay, he thinks this body is not meant to fight. Okay, so he feels like this is not a virtuous quality. Okay, but eventually somehow he is intelligent to surrender to Lord Krishna, and he's also fortunate that he is in direct relationship with Lord Krishna. Remember what we saw earlier in the introduction? He has direct relationship with Krishna, and he's so fortunate that Krishna is able to help him. He has faith that Krishna will help him. At this point, right, what is happening? There is some important changes happen at this point. Who can recall this? I mentioned this in level 1. I think the last time I asked this question, Dasarathan Prabhu answered it. I want to see if there's anybody else can recall. What happened here? Okay, you can relate the information that I gave in the introduction. Information, in the introduction, where Arjuna's relationship with Krishna was as a friend. Okay, so now what has happened? Yes, Kritika Mataji, wonderful. So the relationship now has changed to guru and disciple. Okay, hold on, yeah. I'm looking for a nice verse. We're just going to get prepared. Okay. Okay, so this is what happened. Krishna's role as friend turns into guru. Okay, so this is also continuation of Krishna chastising Arjuna. So now when the relationship has become from friend to guru, the duty of a guru to teach student is by chastising. The guru doesn't have an obligation to please the student. Oh, you're so nice. It's okay. I'm going to solve your problem. Yeah, that comes later. But first, what the guru will do. This is what the guru will do. Can we have somebody to read this, please?
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said while speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither or the living, I cannot say, for the living nor for the dead.
Okay. All right. So this is what we want to achieve today. Okay. The wise does not lament for the living or for the dead. Okay. Now, what is the practical application here is that, okay, this one I already explained. Yeah, the Krishna is chastising Arjuna. You're thinking you're speaking like a learned person, giving all the information, but actually you are not. All right. So the teacher's duty is to find fault in the student who thinks that he is knowledgeable and will correct it. Okay. So only the teacher has the right to do this. Okay, so basically he's telling you're speaking like you're so learned, but actually you're not. There is no meaning to your information. Okay, so Arjuna, remember Arjuna's lamentation is about, I don't want to fight. I don't want to kill anybody. Okay, so Krishna says to Arjuna, somebody who is wise, somebody who's truly learned will not lament for the alive or dead. Now Krishna is going into speaking on nature of the soul, meaning the difference between soul and body. Okay, so before moving on, we will see break and see what is the practical application here. When one realizes that there is no shelter in the material world, this is the situation that Arjuna is in. Yeah, he's in a situation where he cannot make a decision. He has to find somebody who is more knowledgeable than him to get solution for whatever situation that he's going through. Okay, when you realize that you don't have shelter in the material world, including the mind and intelligence, these two elements also not able to help us, we will take spiritual authority. You can go on reading so many books and material teachers, but come to a point, all these cannot solve our material problems permanently. So to solve material problems permanently, we have to take spiritual solution. No material solution for material problems, only spiritual solution for all the problems. Now, we are taking Krishna as the teacher. All right. So that is why he's using strong words to dismantle students' misconception. Okay, Krishna can use strong words. Sometimes you can see throughout the Bhagavad Gita. I'm sure you remember how we went through level 1 where Krishna can be so kind, but sometimes Krishna use very heavy words. Okay, so all this information that Arjuna gives is not worthy of being said. And then the conclusion is, those who are wise, they lament neither for the living nor for the dead. Okay, means they are sober, they are stable, okay, because they know the science behind it, what is happening. All right. Right, so this is called Sankhya, yeah, logical or analytical explanation. Okay, so now Krishna is starting to speak. Okay, so this before 2.12, right? Who has Bhagavad Gita? Can you please read 2.11? 2.11, we just did, right? Sorry. Yeah, we just did 2.11. So 2.11 is the linking verse to 2.12. Okay, can we have somebody to read this one, the English?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. What's your name, Prabhu?
Vijay Bharat.
Vijay Bharat. Okay, I've not seen your name before. You're from level 1?
No, I'm new, Mataji.
Okay. Please read for us, Prabhu.
Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. So here, this is the Lord Krishna's first piece of knowledge to Arjuna. What is he telling? There was never a time that I have not been present. Same goes to you. Same goes to all these kings. What does this mean?
Never was there a time
Hmm.
when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be.
Who can tell me in a very simple sentences? What is this? What is it about?
We are always there.
Yes. Yes. Is that Manali Mataji's Prabhu? Can you please repeat that?
We are always there.
We are always there in the past, in the present, in the future. Yeah, we is not only Krishna, we also eternally we are coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. We are just changing the dress. Okay, so here Lord Krishna establishing something about these living entities. Coming and going, coming and going. How we are destroying our body, right? How can we come back and go, come back and go? Okay, so which means Krishna is saying the body is not eternal, the soul is eternal. Something is passing through all these vessels. Okay, so this is the very first instruction. This is the very basic and very important instruction or information Krishna is giving. This one we did not cover in level 1, right? I don't think we did cover this. Okay, now you can recall this picture. What is this picture about? The cage, the parrot and the cage. Can we have somebody to read this, please? Okay. Manali Mataji?
Yeah. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body, from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, I think there was an important sloka here. Okay, I'm going to go back here, yeah, before I... Okay, yeah, I actually originally the verse is not here, but I wanted to give you all this verse. Can we have somebody to read 2.1 for us, please? Because for level 2, the verse started with 2.2, but I want to tell you something on level verse 2.1.
Hi, Krishna Mataji.
Kritika Mataji, yes, Mataji, can you please read?
Sanjaya said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana, Krishna, spoke the following words.
Okay, thank you. So, and then later, Krishna starts speaking, right? Okay, now, if you can recall what has happened towards the end of chapter 1, Arjuna was very distressed, right? He's giving a lot of reasons, and it seems like he's going to back off from the battlefield. If he's going to back off from the battlefield, who will be the happiest person?
Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra, very good. So now what Sanjaya is trying to do here, okay, let me give you the meaning of this word. Sanjaya described this. Seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana, Krishna speak of the following words. Why Sanjaya used Madhusudana Krishna? Why he didn't just use Krishna, right? So like I mentioned, there is always some hidden meaning behind the terms that Sanjaya used. So here he used Madhusudan. Madhusudan means, it could mean two reasons. One, usually some names given to Krishna is because of certain pastime that he performed. Like he kills the demon Keshi. Keshi means the horse demon. He's gotten the name Keshi Nisudana. Okay, or there are so many things, right? Damodara, because the rope tied around his belly is called Damodara. Damo Udara. It's a combination. And then if it's called the son of Mother Yashoda, then he's called Yashoda Nandan. Or Nanda Maharaj son, Nanda Nandan. Okay, so like that. Or Devaki Nandan. Okay, or Radha Krishna, Lakshmi Narayana. So always it depicts something about him. Okay, so here in this case, Sanjaya used the word Madhusudan. There are two things here. Krishna killed the demon Madhu. Okay, so he's called Madhusudana. Another, the significance behind this, the demon Madhu, is demon of doubts. So Arjuna is exhibiting that he has a lot of doubts. And because Krishna is the doubt remover, Sanjaya used the word Madhusudan. So he's actually telling Dhritarashtra, indicating, Dhritarashtra, just hang on. The killer of the demon of doubts is here, and he is going to speak now. This is the demon of misunderstanding. So demon of misunderstanding has taken over Arjuna at the point that he's going to discharge his duty. So there is a break there. Okay, don't worry, Dhritarashtra, don't get your hopes too high. The killer of demon of misunderstanding is here. Okay, so Dhritarashtra was actually happy to hear that Arjuna dropped his bow. All right, and Arjuna was overcome by grief. Now, with the Gandiva bow has put down, he thinks that his son could be victorious. He's happy. But Sanjaya's words actually dispel Dhritarashtra's happiness. Okay, hang on, we are not getting there yet. Okay, so the Madhusudana is going to speak. Okay, so we go back to where Manali Mataji stopped, yeah. Okay, so I think, do we need to go through this? You all know this, right? Okay, can somebody tell me the story? The cage and the bird and this man. Okay, let me pick somebody. Dasarathan Prabhu, do you remember the story?
About the cage that it's about the cage that the owner always taking care of the cage, but he didn't take care of the bird.
So what happens eventually?
The bird died.
Okay, so what is the application, Prabhu?
He's taking care of materialistic body, but didn't take care of the soul.
Very good. Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Very nice. Okay, Kritika Mataji, what does this picture showing? Baby to adult, old, then died, baby again.
Okay, it means that although in our material body it looks like we are aging, we are passing from one body to another, but the soul is actually does not age. It's the same soul that is passing through the body. The body changes, but the soul doesn't.
Okay, very good. So there are two changes, yeah? Okay, let me ask Kirosha Mataji. There are two kinds of changes in our body. So first is Can you tell us what is the two? Or is it a very tough question? Can I ask? Okay, there are two changes our body is going through. I mean, I'm not talking about the 6 changes. Yeah, there's 2 things when it comes to soul. Just now, Kritika Mataji put all together. So I want to split these 2 now. Lakshmi Mataji.
Physical changes.
Okay, like how, Mataji? Can you elaborate?
Physically, the body changes
From what to what, Mataji?
from boyhood to adult. That means physically, our body parts grow.
Yep. Okay, so the soul remains the same person. So when you were a baby, we are still Lakshmi. When we are teenager, we are still Lakshmi. And when we are old, we are still Lakshmi. So we didn't change Lakshmi part 1, part 2, part 3. So which means you are the same person. Okay, that is the first change. Next change is, Mataji?
Next change.
What is the next change? It's in the verse. The answer is in the verse. You can take a look and then answer.
The emotional, is it? Emotion.
Okay.
From baby to boyhood.
Okay, so that is the first one, right? Baby to boyhood to youth to old age. That is the first change. The soul always remains the same. What is the next change?
When adult.
The emotion, maybe?
No.
From one body to another.
Mataji, from another body to death?
Yes, correct. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so there are 2 changes. In this body, the soul remains the same, no matter what change the body goes through. Number 2, the soul goes to another body, even though the body changes. So it's the same soul going through 2 kinds of changes in the same body and then to another body. Okay, it stays in the same body until we die, and it jumps to another body. So these are the 2 changes. Okay, as the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood, youth to old age, it's still there. The soul similarly passes into another body at death. So therefore, a sober person is not bewildered by such a change. It is just a change of, it's a change of
Change
soul.
of body, but not the soul.
Okay, it's a change of, I wonder, right word. Let's see who gets it. Yes, very good. Dress and vessel, these are the 2 terms that I had on my mind. Okay, now we can't see the soul. So how do you know the soul is there? This is an additional information in your level 2, is seeing everything. Okay, is seeing everything. Okay, we cannot, the information here, the knowledge is that we cannot expect to see everything using our eyes or gross eyes or material facilities. There are so many things present around us that we are not able to see. Okay, so generally people know that there is soul inside our body, but if you ask them to point out where it is, where is it, how big is it, how small is it, they wouldn't know. Okay, this is where we fall back to scriptures. So like this, we have a lot of things around us that we are not able to point out where exactly it is. Okay, so like in the body, we have mind and intelligence. We know this mind and intelligence is working, is directing us, is making us do a lot of things, but you can't actually see where is the mind, where is the intelligence. You only can tell the symptoms of intelligence is when people can discriminate between good and bad. Okay, they're using the intelligence, the mind. Okay, so these are the symptoms that you can see, but it is there, you just can't point out where it is. Okay, so like this, the soul can be understood by presence of this life in this body. Okay, if the soul is not there, then you do not have that life. Now, later I'm going to ask, what is the symptom of the presence of soul? If you can still remember what we learned in level 1, so please tell me, what is the symptom of presence of soul in our body? Okay, of course, we are breathing and eating and everything. These are all the details. What is the symptom of presence of soul in the body? Meaning this, when the soul leaves the body, you don't have that anymore.
Energy.
Okay, breath, body heat, heart heat. Apa lagi? Pulse, okay. Okay.
Your memory.
Memory, okay. But we do have some amnesia cases. We still have heart stoppages. We have seen people stop breathing. Body heat, the body heat will be there for some time, right? Even after the soul leaves the body. Okay. Siapa remember ni? Sharana Mataji, what is the symptom of soul?
Body was jerks.
Okay.
Body jerks.
Pretty close. All right. When you have flu, when you have fever, what are the symptoms? Okay, you have often sniffles, you have mucus, you sneeze.
Mataji, there will be stuck, mucus will be stuck in the throat, cannot
Yes.
talk.
Okay. So based on these symptoms, you know this person has this condition. Okay. So to prove that this person has soul, how do we determine that? It is called consciousness. So please remember this. Consciousness is the symptom of soul. Okay. So we move on. Okay, that's what important information. Yeah. Consciousness is the symptom of soul. So because the soul is inside, the consciousness spread to our entire body. Okay. 2.17. Can somebody read?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
That which pervades the entire body, you should know to be indestructible. No one is able to destroy that imperishable soul.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. So it's Krishna says here that pervades the entire body, that is spread to the entire body. It is indestructible. So slowly Krishna is going into the soul topic. And then generally he says, nobody is able to destroy the imperishable soul. Just hold on, yeah. Hello? Yeah, I'm in class. Okay. Okay, so no one is able to destroy the imperishable soul. So this is like in nutshell, Krishna is talking about it. All right, so later we want to see where the soul is situated. Okay, so anybody remember where the soul is situated?
In a parts of heart.
In the parts of heart? Is that a specific term? Parts of heart. Not accurate, bro. You're close, you're pretty close, near heart. Okay, pretty close also. So the term that we learned is region of the heart. It is not inside the heart, outside of the heart, okay? Because heart is a material organ. It is perishable as well. Okay, so it is located in the region of the heart. Okay, so from this hole, the consciousness comes and it spread throughout the body. It goes up to the tip of the fingers and toes, and of course you can't feel the hair, but otherwise all over the body. Okay, it all comes from the region of the heart. Okay, so here Krishna says that the soul is indestructible. Okay, why I repeat certain terms is because sometimes we tend to forget. Okay, all right. Okay, in this verse, this is where you find the size of the soul. What is the size of the soul, please? Is it in this purport? I think the purport only says that it is too small to be measured by material means. Okay, and the position is in the region of the heart. Kritika Mataji, are you able to find it? Is in the purport?
It's a piece of heart. It's a piece of hair divide by 100, and that divide by 100 divide by another 100.
Okay, this is in which verse, Prabhu? Explanation. 17, right? It's in the 17. Yeah, it's from Svetasvatara Upanishad. When the upper point, okay, Vijaya Prabhu, can you read that, the particular line? Yes, 10,000 parts of one has 10. One of 10,000 parts. Okay, now I think we did this in in level 1, so we're going to run brief through, right? Okay, so we move on to the, okay, we are actually on characteristic of soul, yeah. So what you can see is it's indestructible, it's imperishable, no one is able to destroy it. Okay, now this is what we discussed earlier. The soul is an atomic in size. Okay, yes. So it's good that you have your Bhagavad Gita in your hand, because you never know what question I'm going to ask. It's not because I'm going to test you, but because we want to add on information to what we are learning. Okay, so it's like a study, right? All right, so Krishna is still on this refuting the compassion argument. Okay, all right, so we actually went through this also. This body is like dress. Okay, when it's old and useless, or when it is time, the soul will shed the dress. Okay, and it will move on to the next body. So death is basically a change of the body. Give up the old, take the new one. So when somebody dies, basically Bhagavad Gita is telling there is no need to lament. All right, of course we regret some losses, but no lamentation. Lamentation is not encouraged, because if you are wise, then you will know the soul has actually taken a new body, new and fresh body. Okay, so it is continuing its journey. All right, based on whatever activity it has done, it is going to take on the new journey. So we should lead a life that is so satisfying, spiritually satisfying. So it will go on. The impression will be carried on your subtle body to the next body. So they're going to have a better life, or more facilities in their next life. All right, so all these points Lord Krishna is teaching for Arjuna to defeat Arjuna's points of compassion. Okay, so people are going to have new body, you don't have to feel sorry about it. Just like how we always get new things, we don't worry about our old stuffs. All right, okay, so move on. This is where Krishna refutes the compassion. Yeah, okay. Now remember the cage where the man was wiping the cage, trying to keep the cage good and beautiful and shiny, but he was actually saving the outer dress of that bird only, but not the bird itself. Now, when somebody is drowning, this car example, why the car example is here, right? Have anybody felt like this when you're going under a low barrier or a tunnel and you feel like the thing is going to hit your head? Do you duck down while you're still driving in the car? Have you done that? Has anybody done that?
Yes, I've done.
Yeah. So why? Because we think we are the car. All right. So we identify ourselves, we identify the car as us. Okay. We identify us as the car. All right. So we think that the thing was going to hit us, but actually it's not, right? All right. Driver identifying with the car. Now, when somebody throws stone to our car, then you feel, hey, why did you hit me? But actually, the person didn't hit you. The person actually hit the car, right? So you feel so hurt. All right. Next, from here, we know that the driver is different from the car. Similarly, the soul is different from the body. Now, saving the drowning person. A person is drowning here. What do you save? The cloth is getting wet. The man is dying. So what you going to save?
Save me, help me.
Yeah, we're going to save who? The man, right? Okay, we're
Yeah.
not going to pull the coat off and say, yay, I saved you. No, it's not like that. All right, we're going to save the person who's inside the coat. Oh, it's okay, I'm going to give you a dry coat. Now your coat is wet already. I'm going to give you a dry coat. No, that's not going to solve the problem. You're going to bring that person out. If you're going to keep dry clothes, and the clothes are going to get wet again and again and again. So the solution is bring the person out of this ocean of miseries. Okay, this is how we're going to save people. Okay, so this is the application. Compassion for the dress of drowning man is senseless. Similarly, a man fallen in the ocean of nescience cannot be saved simply by rescuing his outer dress. Okay, right, this is the conclusion. We're going to go more into characteristics of soul. Okay, before we go, I want to test our memory that we learned in level 1. Give me some characteristic of soul. Just now I give you one glance already, right? Sudah soalan bocor dah. Come, give me some symptoms, characteristic of soul. Yep. Okay. Minute, is it proper? Minute. Okay, sama. I want everybody to make some noise in the chat, please. Okay. Very minute. Okay, yes. Invisible. Dried? Cannot be dried. Yes, cannot be withered by the wind. Very good. Cannot get wet. Indestructible. Okay, sudah. Okay, let me see what you have done. Burn, sudah. Not burn, sudah. Cut to pieces, sudah. Not moistened, done. Not withered by the wind. Okay. What else? Okay, got some more. Don't repeat. Okay, so the minute, right? I can tell that you're trying to say that it's invisible. Somebody say immutable. Very good. Cannot be mutated. It's immutable. You cannot change the soul. Okay, you cannot change it. Cannot fight. What does it mean, Mataji? Cannot fight? Can be transferred. Okay, that's fine. Cannot move it. Yeah, it's okay if you go through the storm, the soul will not come out from the body, right? Cannot be moved. Okay. Eternal, very good. Power source for the body, absolutely. Yes, I think one more. One more. Cannot move it, yeah. Okay. Despite knowing everything, all this information about soul, right? Some people cannot understand soul. This is called the inconceivable potency of the soul. They still cannot understand. So this is one of the criteria as well, characteristics as well. Okay, let me open this. Okay, can somebody read for us all these 3 verses? Siapa didn't get chance yet today?
Read Mataji.
Okay, Prabhu.
The soul, characteristics of soul. The soul can never be cut to pieces by any weapon, nor burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind. This individual soul is unbreakable and insoluble, and can be neither burned nor dried. He is everlasting, present everywhere, unchangeable, immovable, and eternally the same. It is said that the soul is invisible, inconceivable, and immutable. Knowing this, you should not grieve for the body.
Okay, so this is the size 1/10,000. This is Sankhya Yoga. All right, analytical study between spirit and matter. You can do all of this to the gross body, but you cannot do to the soul. That is why the soul is able to go from one body to another body, because it never diminishes in power or in quality or form or whatsoever. Okay, in his what do you call that, composition. Okay, so all this, yeah. So if he's not all of this, then he is all of this. He is everlasting, present everywhere, because this consciousness is spread everywhere. Okay, he's unchangeable. You cannot change him. You cannot mutate him. So it's eternally the same size. Okay, it's the same size of soul in the huge whale and also in the tiny microorganism. Okay, all right. So we are so attached to the body that we do not want to learn about the soul. Okay, so the attachment can be not only for our own body, it can be also the body of our family, relatives, communities, etc. So we cannot be neglectful of this soul that we're carrying in since time immemorial. So this is why we need to allocate some time to hear knowledge about soul, knowledge about God, knowledge about these material, spiritual elements, so we can nourish our soul. All right. Okay. So let's move on. Oh, there's a quick video, I think, here. Oh, I don't know why I can't play it. Let me see if I can share it later. Okay, can we have somebody to read this? 27 to 28. Additional. Okay, Mataji.
One who has taken his birth is sure to die, and after death, one is sure to take birth again. Therefore, in unavoidable discharge of your duty, you should not lament. All created beings are unmanifest in their beginning, manifest in their interim state, and unmanifest again when annihilated. So, what need is there to lamentation?
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So one by one, yeah. Okay, I think this one, everybody very clear. One who has taken birth is sure to die. Nobody lives forever, except for certain number of people that we call Siranjeevis, like Vibhishan, Ashwatthama, few like that, right? Hanuman. So they are all Siranjeevis. Other than them, I think maybe 6, if I'm not mistaken, 6 of them, everybody else will have to die eventually. You can buy time, but eventually you die. Okay. And then when you die, you're sure to take birth again, whether you take birth again in material world or in the spiritual world. So it's all in our hand. Therefore, in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, you should not lament. Whether you kill or not, they are going to die eventually. So why not you kill them now? Because if you're going to let them live, they're going to create more chaos. They're going to create more irreligious activities. So these are called aggressors. So the scriptures said it is nothing wrong to kill aggressors. So this is also knowledge. Next, all created beings are unmanifest in the beginning. So before the creation starts, all the living beings are inside the body of Mahavishnu. Okay, when Mahavishnu breathes out, they all will come to an existence. And then when Pralaya or Mahapralaya happens, they all are taken back in. So this process keeps going on and on and on. So what is there? Need to be lamented. Okay, they're going to keep coming back. Only change of body. So this entire thing is called Karma Vada. Karma Vada means one has to take birth according to his activities in his past life or current life. And then when he dies, it based on terms of his reactions. So based on that, he gets his next body. So this way, the death generates no loss in the natural course of events. Okay, this is how it can help us to manage lamentation based on bodily attachments. So this knowledge will be helpful for us to manage losses. Now, this is how Krishna gives logical explanation. Anyways, a person will die. So duties have to be discharged. By you not doing your duty, it's not going to help the situation. Okay. All right. So this is the story of Chitraketu Maharaj. So very quickly, I will explain the story. This is a story from Srimad Bhagavatam. For a long time, this couple, this king and queen, did not have kids. So they were feeling very sad. Then one day, a Muni came by. Muni came by, it's called Angira Muni. He asked, why are you lamenting? Why are you feeling so distressed? What do you want? Okay, then they asked for a son. Okay, instead of asking any other spiritual benefit, they asked for a son. So be it, they got a son. But what happens is that the king had so many wives, and one of those competitor wives, they poisoned the baby and the baby died. Okay, so when the baby died, Chitraketu went into lamentation again. He was crying, 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 and lamenting, my son has gone, my son has gone. Okay, so came by was Narada Muni. So Narada Muni came by and he knew what happened. So with his mystical power, Narada Muni brought the baby to life. So the special part is that the baby was able to speak this time. Okay, so there was a question that Narada Muni asked, did you miss your parents? You know, something like that. And the baby asked this, which parents are you talking about? Are you talking about these parents or the parents before this life or the parents that I had many lives before? Because I have gone through so many species and I had so many parents. So which parents you are asking for? Sometimes this is what he said, yeah. According to the results of my fruitive activities, I, the living being, transmigrate from one body to another, sometimes going to the species of the demigods, the devas, the higher living beings, sometimes to the species of lower animals, sometimes among the vegetables, and sometimes to the human species. So therefore, in which birth were these mother and father came from? No one is actually my father and mother. So how can I accept these two people as my parents? So after speaking all this, it's a very long conversation. The baby, the soul from in the baby's body left. Okay, so baby died. Okay, and then after getting this sermon from this baby, King Chitraketu came to his senses, and then he realized how he actually lamented for things that are so material. All right, so later on he will renounce his kingdom and then he goes into his spiritual life. So this is how it happens. Okay, so this is a short story of lamentation of Chitraketu Maharaj. This is a story from Bhagavatam. So in level 2, we will hear stories like this from Bhagavatam. Okay, because our class now is 1.5 an hour, so stories will be inserted. Okay, let's move on to the next verse. Krishna is going to talk about how Arjuna should continue to do his duty. Oh, we have 15 more minutes only. We have to hurry up.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, ma'am.
Considering your specific duty as a Kshatriya, you should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting on religious principles, and so there is no need for hesitation.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So with this, Krishna has defeated the reason of compassion. Okay, do not have compassion for the outer dress, the vessel, the body. Your real compassion should come for the soul. Okay, all right. So this is your duty. So in being compassionate, don't forget about discharging your duty. Okay, do not be compassionate at the cost of not doing your duty. So you should fight, and that fight should be according to religious principles, not whimsical fighting, yeah, religious principles. So that means you have a noble cause to fight for, and you are killing those who are aggressors, not innocent people. Okay. So let's recap a quick things. Practical application here. As Satriya, he should not abandon his prescribed duties out of fear that his grandfather and teacher will die in battle. Therefore, Krishna said, fight. Okay, and when you fight, you're not going to go on some illegal fight or whimsical fight. Okay, it has to be fought on Varna and Ashrama basis. Okay, so thus Krishna has completed his arguments based on jnana to induce Arjuna to fight. Okay, so he has given some knowledge to Arjuna and he said, fight. Okay. We are done with the compassion, yeah? Now we are going to the next one. What is the next reason Arjuna gave? After compassion, what did Arjuna say?
Tradition got lost.
Below. Loss of enjoyment. Says D, compassion, enjoyment, sinful reaction, destruction is fourth, indecision. Okay, fifth one. All right, so we are at the number 2. The reason that Arjuna gave number 2, refuting enjoyment argument. If I win, who am I going to enjoy with? So now let's go to this analysis. Yeah, Krishna is going to use less elevated principles, means he's not going into yoga yet. He's not going on to yoga, all the Sankhya, okay, put all that to rest for a while. Let's talk about karma kanda, means fruitive activities. Okay, we go with this. Okay, what has the Vedas has described. Okay, and he's going to promise in what way you can get material reward, in what way you can get this enjoyment. Okay, so now happiness comes from prescribed duty. By doing certain duty, you are getting you're supposed to get material enjoyment. If you do not have material enjoyment there in store for you, what are we doing? Why we should perform certain activity? Yes or no? Okay, now, so you fight. So there's two outcomes, whether you win or you do not win. Okay, if you fight, you win. Sorry, if you fight, I mean, there are two decisions. You want to fight, you don't want to fight. So yes, no. If you fight, the next question is about whether you're going to win or not. If you do not fight, then people are going to stamp you as coward. Okay, people are going to stamp you as coward. Okay, so we fight lah. Okay, so when we fight, there's two possibilities. You win or you do not win. When you win, you're going to get the kingdom on earth. Okay, you're going to be the king, you're going to rule the kingdom. But if you do not win, you're going to go to heavenly planets. You're going to enjoy that. Kaya Mataji, do you remember what Krishna said about enjoyments in heavenly planets? What are the activities in heavenly planets? Do you remember? What we drink there? What is the entertainment there?
No, Mataji.
Soma juice. Okay, there's one part Krishna will explain what kind of activities will take in heavenly planets. We will drink Soma juice. We will have unlimited amount of enjoyment. So we know this Gandharvas. Gandharvas means the singers and musicians. And then we have dancers. They are called Apsaras. So in the heavenly planet, this is what in store for us. Okay, if you want to go to our heavenly planet, so you have accumulated a lot of money when you're working, right? So you take all the money, you go on a super luxury travel holiday. So you spend whatever that you want to spend, and eventually you will exhaust your money and you have to come back home. So this is what happens in the heavenly planets, okay? Because you have accumulated a lot of rewards for you to enjoy there, okay? Reward points, you will enjoy. So you will still, even if you lose or die on the battlefield, you're going to go to heavenly planets. Isn't that what Lord Indra said, the boon he gave to King Puru? Okay. Now, if you win, you're going to enjoy your earthly kingdom. You're still going to have power and opulence and wealth. You will still enjoy. Okay. So with this, Krishna refuted the second reason of Arjuna, loss of enjoyment. Okay. O son of Kunti, either you will be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, get up with determination and fight. So, Jnana knowledge, fight. Karma Kanda knowledge, fight. So, there's no reason he couldn't fight. He should not fight. Okay, this is a word in Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is a very famous sage. He's called Sanatana Goswami. A lot of our books here we are reading other than Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, like Nectar of Instruction, Nectar of Devotion, all those books are written by these Goswamis. And the first Goswami is Sanatana Goswami. Second is his brother, Rupa Goswami. So there is one conversation between them. Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. He asked, who am I? Okay, so why he asked, who am I? Why am I suffering here? So this is a question by Sanatana Goswami. So we always want to understand this important question. I am not Kasthuri. I am not a teacher. I am not a mother. I'm not a wife. I am the soul. I do not have a soul. I am the soul. This is who am I. So this will be one of the first topics in level 3. Who am I? And then we'll go on to why am I suffering? And then we'll go on to who is God. And then we learn about karma and all those things in detail. Okay, so who is the mind? Who is the owner of the body? So there is I and my. Okay, this is my body. Who am I? I am the owner of the body. I am the soul. Okay, we are not the body, we are the soul. Okay, so, and he also said he doesn't stop that this is not the full knowledge. Yeah, the full knowledge doesn't stop at who am I? You are soul. It doesn't stop there. The knowledge continues to say that you are a servant of the Lord. So this is the answer Mahaprabhu will give Sanatana Goswami. So Mahaprabhu took it to the next level where he says that not only you are the soul, you are servant of the Lord. And therefore, the constitutional position, our rightful dharma is to serve Krishna. Okay, we are the servant, Krishna is the master, so the job of the servant is to serve Krishna. Okay, so now let's look at this, yeah. Let's look at all these government servants here, the police, those people with some ministers, I think. He's got some cars in front, some cars behind, he's got bodyguards, all this. Okay, they are selected among many people, all right, to perform certain duties. And for them to discharge some duties, they have to be given some nice allowances, some extra money, some nice cars, some drivers. Okay, and when they go on the road traffic must be clear, so there is no obstacle on the road, and they can reach the place that they want to go to without problem. Okay, so they are given a lot of facilities because they are selected to perform some duties. Okay, they are human also like the rest of them, but they are given extra facilities. So why it is different between us and these people here? The minister, the office, the facility given to this officer is different from this officer who's sitting in this car. Okay, why is it different? Because of the position. Okay, so according to our position, we are given certain facilities, and it is only meant for us to discharge the duties. Okay, so we have different bodies. We have to understand the importance of this human body. Okay, the animals also have soul. They also have body. We also have soul. We have the body. But why we are given certain facilities better than them? Because we have certain purposes to fulfill. We have some duties to do. And therefore, we have better facilities than the animals. Okay, so they don't have so much of duties to perform in this world. So they're not given as much facility that we are given. Okay, their activities is basically eating, sleeping, mating, defending. That's it. Very natural. Very basics. So the animals do not ask questions like, who am I? Why am I here? Why am I suffering? Why am I not wearing clothes? Why am I left outside the house? Why my owner's not keeping me in the house? Why am I put in the kennel? So they don't ask all these questions, but we do ask. Okay, and not everybody asks, yeah. Only some come to a certain situation will ask, why am I going through this so much of pain? What did I do? All right, I do only good things since I was born, but why so many calamities coming upon me? So this is not only about this life, it could be impressions from previous lives. So you get to ask all these questions and you get the answers. Okay, so human life is more than eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. It's more than what animals do. Okay, we will ask, where am I going to next life when I leave this body? Okay, so, and throughout this life, we want to make proper use of this body. If we do not use this body properly, right? So there is where we do not make any difference between, we don't have any difference between us and the animals. Okay. We are just two-leg animals. Okay, and these are four-leg animals. Okay, so if you waste our life, then next time, okay, Krishna will think, okay, I think you don't deserve human. Let's go put you back into the animal kingdom. Okay, that can happen. Okay, so it is important for us to make good use of this human life. So imagine your soul has come through so many millions of species of life. How many species of life mentioned in the Shastras?
8.4 million.
Ah, very good, Prabhu. Yes. And we do not know whether we are crossing this species of life once. It could be crossing so many times. Right? If you're a cow or a chicken, somebody would have slaughtered you and you have to come back again as chicken and grow and then die and then take the next evolution. So we are interrupting this process if we are going to slaughter them. So, so let's not disturb that evolution. Okay. 8.4 million. Yes, thank you, Mataji. So again, I would like to call out to everybody to make good use of this human life, right? Okay, so we are done here. Let's do a quick recap. So there were doubts and reasons, confusions, and eventually Arjuna surrendered. So what happens here at this point? What happens here? When Arjuna surrender?
From friends to disciple and guru.
Yes, very good. Okay, guru-disciple relationship established. Very good. Okay. Okay, after that, what did we learn? How Krishna started speaking. And what did Krishna started speaking? Okay, very good. All of you got correct. Jnana, what kind of knowledge is that? What kind of knowledge Krishna gave? Very important, huh? Chapter 2. What knowledge Krishna gave? Okay, what do you call that? Very good. Okay, what do you call that? Oh, you have to remember. Okay, before that? Remember what Krishna was telling Arjuna? He started speaking about soul. What study is that? Analytical study of
Sankhya Yoga.
Sankhya Yoga.
analytical study of the soul and the body. Remember all those things that we took out from the verses with the pictures and everything, the characteristics, the symptoms, the location, the size. Jangan lupa, all these are analytical study. Okay, it may sound like very academic, but this is very important. Not many people know all this information, so please keep that in your mind, and when you tell others, it will reinforce your memory understanding. Okay, Sankhya Yoga. So with this knowledge of the soul, which reason Krishna refuted? Yes, compassion for the body, for the relatives. Okay, right? Family and relatives and friends. Finally, and because there is no death for the soul will only going to get fresh body, new body. Okay, you can fight. What is the next knowledge that Krishna gave? This is related to the second reason in the test D. It starts with karma. Is it karma yoga? What is karma?
Eternal.
Is it like the Yuddha Kanda, all the Kanda from the Ramayana? Is anybody feeling like strangling me? What is this Kanda about? No. Thank you, Prabhu. Okay. What is this Kanda activity? So if you put one and one together, karma Kanda means what? What does it mean? Correct. Performing activity to enjoy the fruits. Activities performed according to the Vedas, enjoying the fruit of the effort given. Very good. Super. Wonderful. Okay. This is all about doing certain work and enjoying the fruits. So how? Says D, with this, enjoyment and fear for sinful reactions refuted. Okay, actually covered two here. Enjoyment and sinful reactions refuted. And then, therefore, you should perform your duty, gain material enjoyment. So fight. Okay, so this is conclusion. So that means got 3 reasons refuted here for today. Because you're not going to have a whimsical fight, right? You're going to be a fighter. You're going to fight based on religious activity principle. So there is no sinful reactions. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This one. Okay. Yeah. That's covered here. So next week we will go into Buddhi Yoga or working in Krishna consciousness. So this Karma Yoga you add with intelligence, it will become Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga is very close to Bhakti Yoga. Okay, this is practiced by man in steady intelligence. So with this, we are in level 2. So those who have not began chanting, I would like to suggest you all to start chanting, because when you study this knowledge, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, and you are spending once in a week here, You already spent 18 days and you're going to spend many more weeks on level 2. And to expedite this understanding, this absorption, right, it is encouraged that you chant. Okay, so you will be able to absorb this information better. So it helps. It really helps a lot. So with this, Krishna will reveal himself quicker and better for us when we chant. Okay, so you can chant loudly. You can chant loudly for others to hear. Okay, you can chant just for sufficient for you to hear, or you can do meditative chanting. Okay, just very, very softly, but you really bring your wave really down. Is really nice if you do that. Okay, so you don't necessarily go into meditation. If victory and loss is not belongs to Krishna, how we can enjoy materialistic enjoyment? I don't understand, Prabhu.
Sorry, Mataji, because I'm sorry for my sentence, because even I read in Bhagavad Gita, they say that if loss and victory is not belongs to us, to Krishna, then how we can enjoy it if it's just like ours? Because I saw that surrender all the victory or the happiness, for example, the happiness or sadness, is not belongs to us. We just surrender to Krishna. So how we can enjoy the materialistic life?
Okay, so that's why I say there are two things here. There is karma kanda and karma yoga. So when you surrender the result of your fruity activities, then that is called karma yoga, which is the better way of conducting our life. But when Arjuna was talking about enjoyment, so Krishna is going in his way to address it. It's okay. The Vedas said, according to Karma Kanda, if you fight and die in the battlefield, you will go to heavenly planets. If you don't die, if you win, you will get this kingdom. In either way, you will get your enjoyment. So this is the way Krishna is seemingly talking about materially. Okay, but later on, he will talk about the Karma Yoga. The Karma Yoga will come later. Is this what you're asking, Prabhu? Because it seems like contradicting, is it?
Yeah, it's quite confusing for me just now.
Okay. So
Arjuna
can you see the difference now?
So which means to just make him to make Arjuna to fight first for it.
Yes, yeah, because Arjuna is coming from the material point, right? He wants to see, there's no enjoyment for me after I fight. So no, there is enjoyment for you. But later on, Krishna will say, actually, by right, you should just do the prescribed duties and surrender all the result to me. Everything will be fine. So later on, Krishna will take that.
And
so
another question, Mataji.
Yes.
Another thing, because in just I saw the videos on YouTube that is around level 3, I guess level 2 or level 3, because they say most of it, if once we die, we are more to mention about going to Vaikunta, but our life achievement is made to go to Golok, right? Golok Vrindavan. Then why most of time we got mentioned about Vaikunta?
Okay, because in Vaikunta, Goloka, they are all spiritual planets. Okay, but because in ISKCON, we worship Krishna as the ultimate source of all incarnations, and that planet is the highest in the entire creation. So we have Vaikunta planets, Ayodhya planets, all these planets, but they are all spiritual planets. Vaikunta planet is generally referring to spiritual planets.
So,
yeah, so in Vaikunta, the mode is awe and reverence. So it's more like what related to the 5 rasas that we mentioned in the introduction. So we want to have more personal relationship with Krishna in a more active manner, serving him as a servant or as a friend or parent. So all these activities is happening in Goloka Vrindavan.
So which means doesn't make any difference if we go with it. We went to Goloka or Vaikunta.
Actually, it's not, because hold on, Prabhu, 5 kinds of liberation. There are 5 kinds of liberation. Okay, Sasti, Sarupya, Samipya, Salokya, Sayuja. Okay, so 5. Sasti means achieving same kind of opulence with Krishna, with the Lord. Sarupya having a form same like the Lord. Salokya living on same loka with the Lord. And Sayuja is merging into Brahman. Okay, so we are aiming towards being a personal associate of the Lord, Samipya. So this happens in Goloka Vrindavan. Okay, it all depends on what is our mood to associate with Krishna. Okay, are we aiming to get same opulences like him, or are we aiming to get same form like him? Is that our aim, or you want to serve him in simplicity? So this simplicity is in Goloka Vrindavan. It's very, very personal relationship. So only these are the difference, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Can I say something about this, Mataji?
Can Mataji.
If we go to Vaikunta, there's a chance of coming back. If you go to Golaka, there's no chance of coming back, Mataji.
That one, so I want to ask about that also.
Actually, when we are in spiritual world, of course, Krishna said that you will not, once you return to my abode, you will not come back. But always remember that we all have the minute free will. All right. The moment we get envious of Krishna, no matter where we are, we will come down. There are two ways that we can come down. One, Krishna sends us, empowers that living entity to go to the material planet to perform certain duties. Or when we are envious towards Krishna, then we'll come back. So I do not think I heard that if you go to Vaikunta, you will come down, Goloka, you will not come down, because otherwise the words that Krishna promised in Bhagavad Gita would not be true. Because his abode is spiritual planet, whether the Vaikunta, Ayodhya, or Goloka. So it all depends on our free will, the minute free will that we have.
Means it's our choice whether we want to come back or we want to stay.
Yes, correct, Prabhu. Yeah.
So we still got option after we die also.
Yes. So after you kena pana, what do you call that? One time you already kena hurt, right? Would you want to come back? That is the question. We already kena already in this material world, how life is. So would we want to come back?
Of course not.
Yeah, of course not, right? Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Krishna gives us a small free will. Yes.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Next question. Thank you, Charna Mataji, for sharing. Any more questions? Yeah, done here, yeah. Okay, so please start chanting one round. Maybe you can increase after a couple of weeks, see how comfortable you are, and try to chant at the same time every day at the same place. And try to use beads. Okay, we have neem beads. If you are vegetarian, you can use tulasi beads. Okay, anything else? Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, yes, yes. The one that we chant in the beginning of the class.
Mataji, Sunday class is on starts at 7:30 and finish at 9:30, yeah?
No, actually it's 9. Today we overshot.
So only Sundays.
Sundays, level 2. Yeah, our level 3 is on Friday. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you everyone. Have a good night and have a splendid week ahead. Have a spiritual week ahead. And please try to read some verses. Okay, thank you everyone, and prepare for level 2, part 2 tomorrow. Sorry, chapter 2, part 2 next week. Oh, thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you everyone.